Hello guys, I'm gonna kind of just be right here. So are you guys in bed too? If you are, let me know. Today I thought I would kind of talk about some things that have been on my mind because I did say this month wasn't gonna be, I just want to kind of just like do like a little less editing, mostly because I'm just almost working every day. Okay, that's a whole other side note, but I do want to kind of get into this just story, I guess, ish. I feel kind of lighter and everything. Like, maybe it's because the season's changing and I like this season, or who knows what it is. And those people that say like money doesn't solve everything, I mean, honestly that's right, but it really does solve a lot of problems, because I definitely feel a little, you know, lighter now that I did get a new job and I can go to ballet more and, you know, just afford some of the things, just like some of the fun things that I like to do. And I'm not even talking about shopping, I'm talking about like going out to have fun with my friends, like go eating or something, or getting a coffee or things like that, or going to go shopping at Target for no reason. But yeah, so we're having more ballet coming in the future, and I thought that that would just be like super exciting. Yeah, because hopefully I see more progress. It's really hard, I'm not gonna dwell on this too much, but it's really hard for me to like post on social media and people, and I'm sure this is not their intention, but like it's hard to not compare. So it's hard to like see people mention like that they want to see my progress, like, you know, they want to see me dance, and maybe they're like see me dance and maybe they're not even like thinking so hard about like, oh, I really have to see you, like we need to see receipts. I'm sure some of them are, but like as far as like let's see your progress, just are curious. But I also feel like I'm not kind of progressing fast enough, considering that I said that I've been doing it off and on for 2 years. But here's the thing, like I just don't think a lot of people outside of the community or even in the community or etc., when you tell them that you're taking a ballet, they want to see you dance, which is this whole other topic that we've talked about before, but I still can't dance. Who cares? Moving on to the next topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is kind of heavier topic, and I promise it all kind of comes back to like ballet and stuff like that. So this is, I don't even know how to talk about this actually, because I don't want to make this about me, but at the same time I can only speak from my experience. And so if you guys know, I, you know, kind of just, I went through a lot last year because I battled cancer. And you know, I was also part of like a lot of groups where so many other people have also battled cancer, and we all kind of shared an experience. And I will say that like my journey was very you know, light, I guess. Not light, but it was early stage cancer, so it wasn't the worst kind of cancer. Not that there's one better than the other, but it wasn't terminal or anything like that. And when we were in the groups, there was a lot of people that had terminal cancer, and I mean, oh my god, like that's I don't even, well, anyway. So moving on, now I have like a little bit of a different perspective, obviously on life, but also, you know, on just like other people that have like chronic illnesses, or just any kind of, have just, you know, a lower immune system or things like that. One of the things that we experience as being a survivor, is certain things in life will easily trigger you. And sometimes like people sharing their story, which after I battled cancer, like, you know, I was still kind of in the loop with cancer, and I still technically am. And some people just like immediately stop following people about cancer just because like it re-triggers them. And for me, now I'm at a point where I'm like a year out, and I feel like the last couple months I just haven't really been so involved in the community, just because I'm trying to get back to my normal life. And sometimes like there's pros and cons to getting back to your normal life, right? So, and I know that this is like, yeah, I promise we'll come back to ballet, I'm gonna talk about it in a second. I follow a lot of people that have had cancer and are going through cancer and etc., like that, things like that, sorry. And I followed this specific, sorry guys, my sister's dogs are let's give it a minute. I recently followed, I'm just gonna talk over the dogs, I'm sorry, I don't know when they're gonna stop barking because we're kind of close to a dog park, but anyway, I recently followed this person's story, and it's this girl that I followed, and she, you know, she's just kind of friends with someone that I was already following, and she basically, I don't know, I followed her story, and if you guys are curious, go ahead and look her up. And she had announced a few months ago that she had terminal cancer, and honestly her story really is inspiring, and just like how she was just like, well, you know, doctors are telling me that I only have like a year to live. And I feel like that's really like pessimistic, you know, like why would they even say that? And she just had so much positivity. Like it's so funny because I mean, like honestly, like I was not like that when I was going through cancer. Like I was literally crying every minute, and like she did say that she was sad sometimes, but you know, like what she would post, like how she had the strength to post on social media was really powerful, because I just turned it off, and because I was just switching off, if that makes sense. Anyway, whatever. So I followed her story, and honestly, like it's just so sad overall. So the reason why I don't want to make this about myself is because it's a thing of like, that's annoying whenever you are like ill or you have been ill, where like people make it about themselves, and like they start to cry because they feel like they feel bad for you, but it's just like because they feel uncomfortable. Okay, anyway, it's this whole complicated thing, but what I'm trying to get to is that like I've been following her journey, and for the most part, like I would try to watch her stories because that's where she was mostly active, and she had this quote, and you know, it's a long story, but basically recently if you follow me on my Instagram, I posted that I was really shocked because I saw her story like literally like a few days ago, like 3-4 days ago, and it was like a black screen. I think it was like the mom or the friend that posted that Megan had passed away while she was sleeping peacefully, and I was just shocked because, you know, first of all, it was less than a year, but also because like I didn't think that much of a powerful person in my head could die. Like it's that thing of like where we feel like we're invincible, especially in our teen years, but I mean, it's just so easy to forget that we are human and that things happen to us, and we're actually really sensitive. Like fragile is what it is. She passed away, and I was in shock, and honestly, like in a way, like I felt like I knew her a little bit. And again, I'm not trying to make this about me, but it just reminded me of all the stories that I went through when I was going through cancer, and all the people that I connected with when I was in a support group. Basically, we were all sharing our stories, and like how many people like mentioned that they were going through cancer, and some of them were also terminal, and you know, they were all really young and talking about how they were going to go to hospice. It's just a so sad story, and not that I'm trying to make her story about me, like that's a whole separate story. If you guys, like, I really suggest that you guys donate to one of the fundraisers under her name, and check out her Megan Fashion Week. She couldn't make it to Fashion Week, so she had started Megan Fashion Week a month long, and people could tag their outfits. I feel like I'm partially, and because you guys connect with me like and my creative hobbies, and when I talk to people, like people just connect with it. Anything that I do, any of the hobbies that I do, and if you know me, you know that I do a lot. I feel like I'm really just here on earth to create art and experience art. It's like no matter what job I end up having, whether it's my dream job or not, like it's all, I still have to have time for like all my other art hobbies. I don't know, I just, in a way, I just feel like I really am obviously grateful for this, but it was just something that was really on my mind. Anyway, so I'm just really happy that I get to go back to ballet. After you go through cancer, a lot of people say like, hey, this is gonna change you, but that's giving you so much pressure. Like where you have to have like gained and learned something out of that experience. But what if you don't? Like, why do you have to? And of course, like, people around me said the same thing, and I'm not really trying to judge anyone for thinking that. Life really is so short, and we are really so fragile, and like, I don't know, I just feel like that's maybe not my legacy, but maybe it is, you know? I look like a crazy person right now, but I'm editing. I just wanted to add in that, like, I think a constant reminder of being alive is, again, just being surrounded and experiencing so many, like, almost like death and rebirths of cycles, if that makes sense. Beginning and ending of any kind of cycle. Rest in peace, Megan. There's so many things that have reminded me of gratitude, and it's not just her story, you know, and it's not, you know, I really have had a lot of family members die in the past few years, and that's really impacted me. And I don't think that my journey really, I don't think because of my journey I was like, oh, this is what I learned from it, because again, that's like a lot of pressure. But just because of the kind of person I am, I try to learn things when I leave any kind of situation. But I also wanted to just add that I don't think things happen for a reason anymore, but I do think that things happen to us and we give those things meaning. So I hope that this conversation, you know, like me talking about art and stuff, and then also relating it, I'm trying to relate it back to ballet, because ballet is another art form. It's, you know, it's powerful because it's movement. Yeah, it's like art and movement together. Do you know what I mean? And I just love being a part of that, and I hope that you guys, you know, hopefully maybe this inspired you, and I hope hopefully, like, me posting my journey of the things that I like to do on the side, even though I'm like I feel like I'm a hustler in a way, like I just like, I can't not work because I'm just so reliant on security, which is all little things that don't really matter at the end of the day. But hopefully that this inspired you, and it was just a small talk that I just wanted to you know, share with you. And sorry about the dogs barking. But next week's video is gonna be ballet, so, and I think like the next 2-3 videos are gonna be ballet, so keep a lookout for that. And follow me on all my other social medias, and I'll see you guys super duper soon.